Hello and welcome back to High Five Garage. In this video, we're going to be talking about my dad's 1964 VW Bug. This video I actually made a long time ago, probably 3 or 4 years ago. I made the video and I just never posted it. So if I look a little different and obviously the scenery where it's filmed is a little different, that's why. But I hope you enjoy the video. This behind me is my dad's 64 Beetle. I recently restored it for him. Took about 5 months. This was a full restoration besides taking the body off the pan. My dad did that years ago, probably when I was around like 2 or 3. Had a company actually restore it, and that was pretty much just paint, body work, stuff like that. Well, they didn't do a good job. He drove it for a couple years, put about 500 miles on the brand new motor that it had. It actually has a 1776. And as I said, put 500 miles on it. Then second gear started to go out in the transmission. And from there, he kind of just left it in storage. A couple storage places. It got hit twice in storage. Fast forward 10, 15 years. The car has been sitting on the side of our house. And I never touched it. I've built many of cars. Countless cars, and for some reason this one always just sat on the side of the house. And one day I just said, let's do it, let's get it done, let's restore his 64 Beetle. We started out by fully gutting the whole car, taking the fenders off, ripping the interior out, pulling the motor, pulling the transmission, and start to strip it down and get the body work straight. And there was a lot of Bondo. We had to fix a lot of the dents in the body from the people that hit it in storage. That took most of the time. I'm not a body man. I'm more of a mechanic, I guess you'd say. After we did all the body work and primed everything, I did paint the top black, from the body line up black, painted it. And then the bottom is actually wrap, 3M, what color was it?
Copper rust.
Metallic rust?
Metallic copper rust.
Metallic copper rust, 3M, something like that. It's not the best material to work with. 3M is a great company. They so many products, so many amazing products that we use.
It's not easy. Next Christmas, next time the holiday season is going out, or for someone's birthday, I challenge you to wrap a basketball with wrapping paper. Hell, wrap it with duct tape. I don't care. Wrap it with anything. Doesn't work.
They're basketball. They were very hard. The door hinges I actually painted to match the wrap. A couple chips here and there, but you can't really tell. It definitely blends pretty well.
This is where the pretty bits are.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Oof.
So that is the original 1776. Had about 500 miles on it. So it's pretty fresh. Didn't really have any issues. It had a single Weber that always ran rich, never ran right. It hauled, but never ran right. Always wasted fuel, always fouled plugs, stuff like that. And he always wanted a dual carb setup. We went with the MP40s, 40Ks. Took a lot of tuning. Everything, cleaned everything, polished everything, painted everything. And I think it came out pretty damn nice. But there's the MP carbs. Took a lot of tuning, a couple jet swaps, and it's running great. As far as the transmission, he thought the transmission went out. I never drove it. I never drove it before this, before the restoration. All it was, we think the shaft that actually goes from the shifter to the transmission was kind of bent. This car was in an accident way before he had it, and I think that shaft was bent.
This one's locked.
No, Ugga. Shouldn't be locked. Sure? Ugga.
Oh.
God, it's a 64. Now to go on to the interior.
I think that's my favorite part. The interior is so freaking clean.
But the interior came out mad clean.
So clean.
So clean.
Show off the speakers.
The speakers. I did make that sub enclosure. It fits right behind the panels, kind of bolts in. It's got 12-inch sub, two 6x9s. We wrapped the dash panel. It didn't have an original dash in it. He bought this aluminum plate years ago that we just wrapped to match the car. Guy right here polished the shifter knob.
I did polish his wood.
He polished his wood.
I polished his knob.
As far as the seats, they were blue as well. He really liked his blue, just like I have on most of my cars. And we used a Duplicolor vinyl dye. It's in a spray can. I didn't believe that it would ever work or that it would ever stay on the seats, but seems like it's done pretty well. He's drove it around plenty, and the seats seem to be holding up pretty well. I did do custom blinkers up front. We deleted the blinkers on the fenders, shaved them, and then the blinkers are actually down in like the little vent kind of things. They came out pretty good. LEDs behind there, and
the headlights,
definitely brighter.
Talk about the headlights.
And then the headlights, of course, fully took them apart to clean them, and painted them black, painted the orange ring around it, and then put a little LED inside for the running light. Since it's been a few years since we did this video, the car has been great. The wrap's been holding up pretty well. The paint's been holding up pretty well. Seats still look pretty good. You can tell they're a little bit faded. You can still, you can kind of see some blue now. But everything else is holding up very well. We need to get a new radio for it at some point. That one is kind of old looking, but its functionality is terrible. See what else have we done since then. I won't open it, but there's not a spare with a matching cap in there, which is kind of cool. Sunroof is still doing fantastic. This is 64, so first year of the sunroof, which is really cool. One of the biggest things is I said that it was running well, and it was, but it always had a dead spot. And I thought it was the distributor because it has a 009 in it. Finally, I figured it out. It's taken that long, and it not that it was a big issue, but it did have a dead spot. And I finally figured it out a couple months ago. It was actually the fuel pressure. So the regulator we had on it was not doing anything. I think it was at 4, I think, which on the dual Cadron style MP40Ks, you need 1.5 to 2, period, or it does not run right. And even putting a regulator on it with a gauge and, making it the correct PSI changed a lot. This car is so much faster, shifts great, not a dead spot. It's fantastic. Every once in a while we switch the exhaust out. He does have these dual tips. And then we also have the straight piece, which is really cool. Sounds very rowdy with the cam that's in it.
Hi, Burbos. Hi, Burbos. How are you? Look at your little face. Look at your face. Say hi to the camera. Oh, gosh. Okay, let's go. Come on. Let's go shop.
Let's show them the other bug. All right, what you're about to see is our other bug project. It is a 1960 Euro bug. So it's not right-hand drive, but it does have original semaphores. I found this in a lot downtown in Albuquerque and just had to get it. This is a matching pan body motor trans car. The only thing that isn't original to it is the fenders. The person before converted it to a US style, so it has blinkers and different taillights in the back. All that has been sorted and will be going on the car to make it correct. But this car is going to be restored to pretty much original state. It is a Indian red car. Yeah, very classic color. I will be updating videos on this. I've already done a lot to this bug. There was tons of rust, and yeah, there was a lot of rust. Not terrible. The channels and stuff weren't messed up, which was really nice. But I mean, you can see how okayly, you know, it was kept. But I'll be updating a few videos on this. Mainly right now, all that's left is grinding some welds to make stuff smoother and make it look more original, and then starting body work. And I'm not a fan of body work. I'll try to put a few pictures in of when we pulled it out of the yard it was in downtown, because obviously you can tell it's, if I show you those pictures right now, that it has changed a lot from that. So, like always, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more content like this, the wagon, the other bug. Heck, I got a Turbo Camaro we could end up talking about. But yeah, stay tuned for the next video, and thank you for watching. Have a good one.